Shalom Yasharella, welcome, giving all praise and glory to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for everything, as he was to be praised for everything. Hallelujah, to his glorious and holy name. Uh, Today I want to go over the chariots of the most high, what they call flying saucers, what they call UFOs, unidentified flying objects. We call them IFOs, identified flying objects. We know what they are. We know what they are. We knew what they are. And we're going to know what they are as they come in the future and as they're here in the present to the future. Because a lot of times you see what they call shooting stars and so forth. Those be the chariots of the Most High. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't really realize it. As always, we're going to start with Colossians 3:17, and whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by h.o.i, h.o.d.c. Give you thanks to the Most High and the Father by h.o.i, h.o.d.c. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior, h.o.i, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Because the J was invented approximately 1630. We're reading from the Revised Version King James Bible. The original King James 611 Bible doesn't have any J's in it. The very original, because the J wasn't invented as of yet. We're talking about 1611. So approximately 1630, the J is invented. So it's not, it couldn't have been Jesus, but just for purposes of, what I'm talking about when I say Hamashiach Yahweh, which means the anointed Savior, which means the Messiah. There's only one, and that's him, Mashiach Yahweh. It's beautiful, that he was spoken of in the Old Testament to the New Testament. Look at John 1:41. St. John, the 1st chapter, the 41st verse. He first findeth his own brother Simon, and said unto him, We have found the Messiah. We have found the Messiah, which is being interpreted Hamashiach, Christ, or the anointed, or the Messiah. See? So, and he said, and he brought him to Mashiach Yahushua, and when the Mashiach Yahushua beheld him, he said, Thou art Simon, the son of Jonah. Thou shalt be called Cephas, which is by interpretation a stone. The day following, Mashiach Yahushua would go forth into Galilee and find Philip, and said unto him, Follow me. So you got to watch those that say, Follow me. That's what he said. He said, Follow me. Now Philip was of Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said unto him, We have found him of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Mashiach Yahushua of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. So let you know they found him, who Moses wrote about. See, that's something that you look at in Deuteronomy 18 and 18. It's very key that we understand this, because those last chariots coming back to this earth will be a Mashiach Yahushua and the angels. So Deuteronomy 18 and 18, Moses said, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, as the Most High is telling Moses, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name. That's why I say the Most High have a voice, and the Mashiach is the word of the Most High, because he's going to speak the words that the Most High put in his mouth to speak to the children of Israel. It shall come to pass, verse 19, that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. So he's speaking the words of the Most High. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. See? So you got to be aware of who you listening to that say follow me. Where you going to follow them to? Because we got to go by the word of the Most High. Straight up. Proverbs 4 and 7. A lot of people that they talk a lot. They're not bringing these scriptures to talk to you. You better watch out. They say follow me. You heard what the h.o.d.c said. He said follow me. That's why I challenge you, to look into your own spirit and see where you're at. Because he said this in St. John 12 and 32. He said, and if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. It still follow h.o.d.c. Ain't no follow me or no other man. But he said, follow me. He said, follow me. That's what h.o.d.c. That's what he told him, follow me. See, I hear this, and anyone that said that should stop saying it, because they follow you where? To where? Because it tells you straight up. But anyone have ears to hear, in Deuteronomy 28:29, and thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind grope in darkness can't see. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. All prosperity is not prosperous in the eyes of the Most High. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save thee. You hear that? And no man shall save thee. Ain't no man gonna save us. The Most High tell you in John 4:24, the Most High is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him how? In spirit and in truth. And our Savior is the Most High. As he sent his only begotten Son of h.o.d.c back to this earth, so ain't no man gonna save us. So let's see where he's coming. Isaiah 47 and 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, and all the sins and the iniquity that's being done on this earth is being uncovered, being exposed. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. See, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Ain't no man gonna save us. Because he comes back in his angelic spiritual power to judge and make war. It's going to be the true judgment of the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. It's like that. That's the way it is. So get Proverbs 4 and 7. Let's look at these chariots of the Most High. Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So we get understanding today. This is what we're looking for, understanding. It's very important. And we get some understanding according to these scriptures of what it's talking about. Get the true meaning. So, look at 1 Thessalonians 4 and 4. Let's read verse 3. For this is the will of the Most High, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication, idolatry, things that are not dealing with praising the Most High, things that are contrary to his law, statutes, commandments. That every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor. And also the fornication of dealing with no commitment with relationships and so forth. Over here, over there, just laying around with anything and everything, and wouldn't even think it, wouldn't want to think it no more. See, it says, not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles, which know not the Most High. See, these other nations don't know the Most High. And they never going to know the Most High. When you read Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7 in the Apocrypha, it says, we wearied ourselves the way of wickedness and destruction. We have gone through ways where there lay, he's gone through deserts where there lay no way. Salakia. As for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. So he's saying the Gentiles which know not the Most High. So in the end, that's what salvation is coming to this earth. When we go look at these chariots coming to deliver the 12 tribes of Israel and the remnant of the nations, whoever going to be saved. You know, making sure that they are all right. To be able to function in the kingdom of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, and the 12 tribes of Israel, the remnant. So it says, not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not the Most High. I'm telling you that. Gentiles don't know the Most High. But then we're going to follow the way of the Gentiles. What the Most High said in Jeremiah 10 and 2, learn not the way of the heathen. See, so this is what we have done. We've been programmed to think like them, to act like them, and almost be like them. When they're trying to be like us. They're trying to get our flavor. It's been this way forever. But here we are trying to be like the heathen. There's no disregard to anyone. It's just the truth, for real. We the flavor, we the salt of the earth, we the flavor. However you want to look at it. We set the trends. And it haven't just started, it's been that way. Once we got an opportunity to show up to show off. Look, 2 Thessalonians, the 1st chapter and the 6th verse. That's not in boasting, that's just in reality of the truth. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. It's a righteous thing to the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. You see? And to you who are troubled, rest with us. Rest with us. When the power of Mashiach Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. You ain't coming as a man, you're coming in this angelic spiritual power. You're going to be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. In flaming fire. Hear this? In flaming fire. Taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High. You know what just said. The Gentiles don't know the Most High. And they're going to say when salvation is coming to the children of Israel, in Wisdom of Solomon 5th chapter, as for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. So I don't care how much time you spend in dealing with teaching Gentiles or the other nations, in the end, that's what they're going to say. Make it mean something different. Look, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. Here it is. I'm just right here. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. That's what it's saying. What hath pride profited us? Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? You got all these riches from slavery, what has it brought them? That's what they're going to say. See, the past, the present, and the future is all in the Bible. This is what they're going to say. All those things are passed away like a shadow. And as a post that hastens by. Because the Mashiach Yahushua coming to burn this place up. Period. That's why I say everything is gone. Listen, this is what they're saying. It's gone like a shadow. As a post that hastens by. And as a ship that passes over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found. Let you know, they're going to be just like they never existed. The trace of whatever they have, whatever they're doing, is just like it never existed. Like a ship going in the waves of the water. Once it goes by, you don't even know no ship went by. It goes back to normal, the way it was. That's what it says, the trace thereof cannot be found. Neither the pathway of the keel in the waves. Or, as when a bird has flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found, but the light air, being beaten with the stroke of her wings, and parted with the violent noise and motion of them, is passed through, and therein afterward no sign where she went is to be found. Nowhere where she went is to be found. Or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark, you shoot an arrow at a mark, it parted the air. Part of the air is just going to that mark, which immediately cometh together again, so that the man cannot know where it went through. Man, you can't see where that arrow went through that wind or the air. Even so we, in like matter, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness. That's what they're going to be saying. That's what the wicked going to be saying. They were consumed in their own wickedness. For the hope of the unrighteous is like dust that is blown away with the wind. You know how they go just blow away like the wind? Like dust blown away like the wind, with the wind. Like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm. Like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with the tempest, and passes away as the remembrance as a guest that tarrieth but a day. But the righteous live forevermore. Hear that? That's why you want to be righteous, keeping the laws of the Most High. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Most High, and the care of them is with the Most High. Point blank. Therefore shall they receive, the righteous shall receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Mashiach Yahushai's hand. For with his right hand, which is the Mashiach Yahushai, shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. All that's coming down. It's going down. Just like that. Get the Ecclesiasticus 43rd chapter and verse 19. Ecclesiastes 43 and 19. The hoarfrost also, as salt, he poured on the earth, and being congealed, it lieth on the top of sharp stakes. Slack, I want verse 9. 43 and 9. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Most High. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order, and never faint in their watches. So ain't no falling stars. Shooting stars, falling stars, all that stuff's out the window. There's nothing that the Most High made that's in the sky that's going to fall like that. Not no sky, not the stars, like I say. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Most High. Talking about the stars in the sky. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order. They're going to stand in their order wherever they are. Like all you got to do is go outside at night and you see a star and focus on that one star that you see there. You come out the next night and say, oh, that star is still there. And it's going to always be there. At the commandment of the Holy One, the Most High, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches. So that falling star stuff is out the window right there. That's the way it is. It's like that. That's the way it is. Point blank. So, let's go to Matthew. As we open up with a Mashiach Yahushua. Let's go to Matthew, the 2nd chapter. Matthew, the 2nd chapter. In verse 1. It says, now when Mashiach Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod, the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. There came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. Don't say no 3 wise men either. Like they teach in the Christmas festivals or Christmas folly, which is really the birth of Nimrod. Has nothing to do with the birth of Mashiach Yahushua. He was born in the springtime. It says, saying, so this is doing with the birth of a Mashiach Yahushua who was born in Bethlehem of Judea. And Herod, the king, saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? Where is he that's born king of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east. They seen his star in the east. It wasn't no, mind you, it wasn't no star that the Most High created in the beginning. See, like I said, they always there, watching over wherever it is that the Most High put them at, shining bright. See, uh, and they're always gonna be there. Like I say, you find a star that you look up and you see at night. Go out there every night. It's gonna be there. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna be right there. So Herod wants to know, where is he that is born of the Jews? Talking about h.o.d.c. For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. See? So the wise men knew that h.o.d.c was born because they seen his star. This star is a chariot. The whole subject matter that we're dealing with is a chariot of the Most High. And you're going to see this more and more as we go into it. Look at verse 9. When they had heard the king, they departed. Because he was like, let me know when you find him so I can come and worship him too. But he really wanted to kill him. When they had heard the king, they departed. And lo, the star, which is a chariot, it's called a star here, but it's really a chariot, which they saw in the east, went before them. So it's not no star. Those stars not going to go before them. Because remember, the star, they're where? Ecclesiastes 43:10, at the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches. They're going to always be there. The regular stars you see in the sky, it's just called a star here, but it's really a chariot of the Most High. And we're going to find what a chariot is according to the scriptures. Or this star is according to the scriptures. So Matthew 2:9, when they had heard the king, they departed. And lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, meaning it started to lead them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. So it's standing, it came and stood over where the young child was. Talking about h.o.d.c, where he was born. So it led them to where he was born. So this is very key, because when you understand, like I said, I have to show you that before we even got here, that the Most High stars is in the sky. They don't move. So what are these? What is this star? Let's go to Psalms 104:3. It says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots. See? Who maketh the clouds his chariots. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Right? So in the daytime, the chariots look like a cloud, moving them, or still. Verse 4, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. So at night, it'd be like fire. Daytime a cloud, either still or moving. At nighttime, fiery pillar of fire. That's moving. That's why you mostly see those so-called shooting stars, as you call them, at night. Like fire going across the sky. Those are angels, like I said, who maketh his angel spirits, his ministers, a flaming fire. And that fire, the angels bring the word. Plus, the fire is dealing with the angels, bringing the word of the Most High. Okay, look at Second Kings, the 2nd chapter. Get some examples. 2 Kings, the 2nd chapter. in verse 1. 2 Kings 2 and 1. The subject matter are the chariots, or the vehicles of the Most High, or the angels, the Ifos, the identifying flying objects. So we knew about these chariots because we sung the song, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, what did I see? A band of angels coming for me," right? So just like we just read Psalms 104 and 3 and 4, you see that the chariots are the vehicles of the Most High, and the angels are riding in the chariots. They the chariots also, riding in the chariots of the Most High, the vehicles of the Most High. So let's go to 2 Kings 2 and 1. And it came to pass when the Most High would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind. That's another name they're called, whirlwind. That Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. Look at verse 9. And it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, "Ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee." So Elijah asked Elisha, "What do you want me to do for you before I be taken away from you?" And Elisha said, "I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me." Say, let a double portion of your spirit be upon me. And he said, "Thou hast asked a hard thing." He said, "Man, you asked a hard thing. Of all the things you could ask, you asked for a double portion of my spirit." He said, "Elijah, so you want a double portion of my spirit? Thou was asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so." Then you know Elisha, he had to be with Elijah all the time to get that double portion, as he told him. It came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. Chariot of fire. A chariot with the angels in it. Remember this, his ministers of fire, the angels, he makes of his angels, spirits, ministers of fire. So these are the angels. But a chariot, vehicle, IFO, identified flying object. Not an unidentified flying object, or flying saucer like they say, but identified flying object. And it came to pass, verse 11, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder, moved Elisha away from Elijah. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. So that's another name that they call whirlwind. He went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Verse 12, and Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel." Not another nation, but the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. He took his clothes and rent them in two pieces. He took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. He took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and smote the waters, and said, where is the most high power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither. And Elisha went over. Just like Moses put his rod out, and the Red Sea opened up, the same thing happened with Elisha. Remember, he asked for that double portion of the spirit of Elijah, the power of Elijah. He hit that water, and it opened up this way to the right, and opened up that way to the left, and he walked across. Look at verse 5. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha, and said unto him, knowest thou that the Most High will take away thy master from thee, from thy head today? Did you know the Most High going to take away your master from you today? And he answered, yeah, I know it. Hold ye your peace. Say, be quiet, I know it. You ain't telling me that I don't know. And Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray thee, here, for the Most High have sent me to Jordan. And he said, as the Most High liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. Okay. So, from there, let's look at Zechariah, 5th chapter. Zechariah, the 5th chapter. Looking at these chariots of the Most High. Zechariah, the 5th chapter. And 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll, just like a flying saucer. A flying roll. A flying roll, flying around in a circle, going around in a circle. A flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? What you see? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits, about the size of a city bus, you might say, but circular, like a roll going around in a circle. And then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Woo. So you'll be able to steal most of the things that you got, land-wise, or they're going to catch it. It says, I will bring it forth. It's a curse that's going across the earth to punish those that have stolen. Big time. Not no major, not no little minor thief, but a major thief. It say, I will bring it forth, said the Most High of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. See what it says? It's going to enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. All them that swearing falsely by my name. Swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Which is not a name, but they still, have the Bible and swearing you on it. The next thing you know, they got their penal codes. It says, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. It's going to remain in the midst of his house. Who live in the house? Family. And shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. That means tearing down houses, buildings, because they build the houses with what? The timber, and they put the stone on top of it. See? Buildings the same way. Put that wood frame up, and next thing you know, put the stone up. It says he's going to consume it with the timber thereof, the wood thereof, and the stones thereof. And you're going to be tearing down their houses and the things that they have in buildings. Verse 5, then the angel that talked with me went forth. Always an angel, a spirit, as he say, make his angel spirits ministers, bringing the word of the Most High. That's a minister. Flaming fire, and that fire is the word of the Most High. Or actual fire, vengeance of the Most High. It said, then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, lift up down thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth. See? And so this is dealing with going into how Israel will be dealing with the punishment and the oppression that we had to deal with. Let's go to Isaiah 31. I just went there to show you that the angel is the one that's dealing with Zechariah. That's always dealing with all of us and bringing forth the word of the Most High. A Holy Spirit. Because the Most High is holy, and his angels that he sent is holy. Whether on the right side or the left side, they still holy because they're going to fulfill what it is that the Most High says to do. Isaiah 31st chapter and the 5th verse. Isaiah 31 and 5. Because he's going to get that major thief. It says, Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, birds flying in the V formation, so will the Most High of hosts, Most High of armies defend Jerusalem. He's going to defend the Israelites. Not the land, just the land of Jerusalem, but Jerusalem represents the Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel. Defending also, he will deliver it. See, defending also, he's going to defend us also, he's going to deliver us. Ain't no man going to save you. We read that in Deuteronomy 28 and 29. So as birds flying, so will the Most High of hosts, Most High of armies defend Jerusalem. He's going to defend us. Defending also, he will deliver it. He's going to deliver us. And passing over, he will preserve it. He's going to pass it over, he's going to preserve us. That we don't burn in this fire that he's bringing. Look, go to Matthew 25:31. Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. How many angels come with him? Go to Revelation 9:16. Because he's coming in his glory. Then shall all the holy angels be gathered together with him. How many? Revelation 9:16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. That's 200 million angels. Woo. So once again, Matthew 25:31, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. See, then he's going to sit upon the throne of his glory. Look at the throne means powers and authority. So look at Revelation 19:11. We already, he's coming like birds flying. He's going to be in the front. The angels, 200 million angels, going to be in that V formation behind him. Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse is pure, righteous power. And he that sat upon him, who was h.o.i, was called faithful and true. He's coming in his angelic power. When we read Isaiah 47:3, he's not coming as a man. He's coming in his angelic spiritual power. And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. And in righteousness he does judge and make war. So he's coming to judge and make war. And warfare is created for the take down of one superpower to another superpower. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies, which is 200 million, we done read that. The angels which were in heaven followed him upon white horses. Clothed, so ain't no angels butt naked now. Clothed in fine linen, white and clean. It's going to be clothed in white linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goes a sharp sword, and with it he shall smite the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Most High. That's it right there. Out of his mouth comes a sharp sword, and with it he shall smite the nations. He shall rule them with a rod of iron. That's that law of the Most High. Okay, we'll come back to that later. So that could be precept. So let's look at Mark 13:26. Mark 13:26. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. We just read, he coming to judge and make war. You're going to see him coming in the clouds. Remember, Psalms 104:3. Psalms 104:3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots. So it's just hip talk. I mean, that's why you got to know what it's talking about by the time you get to the New Testament, because they only had the law and the prophets. Especially in h.o.i. That's all he had was the law and the prophets when he walked the earth. So it's telling you here in Mark 13:26, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. See? Straight up. And then shall he send his angels, when we come with 200 million angels, he's going to send his angels and shall gather together his elect, 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, from the four winds, from the four corners of the earth, and the utmost part of the earth to the utmost part of heaven, which is on this earth. Thus said the Most High. Isaiah 60 and 8. Look at these chariots. Isaiah 60 and 8. Surely, who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? See, so you got windows too. Chariots got windows. Who are these that fly as a cloud? And we make his clouds as chariots. And as the doves to their windows. See? Let's look more into these chariots. Luke, the 9th chapter. Luke, the 9th chapter, and the 28th verse. And it came to pass about 8 days after these sayings, he took Peter and John and James and went up into a mountain to pray. And as he prayed, the fashion of his countenance was altered, and his raiment was white and glistening. This is h.o.d.c. And we transfigured. And behold, there talked with him 2 men, which were Moses and Elijah. Same one we just read about. Moses and Elijah, who appeared in glory and spake of his decease, which he should accomplish at Jerusalem. Meaning telling him when he got to die. But Peter and they that were with him were heavy with sleep, and when they were awake, they saw his glory, and the 2 men that stood with him. It came to pass, he transfigured into the angel that he was on the right hand side of the Most High. He transfigured. Just a moment.